welcome to our Aspheric news update on, especially on the national newspapers. Today, we'll be discussing some critically important issues that are on national dailies, especially on newspapers and national newspapers. With me is Alhaji Abdul Malik Mustafa, and my name remains Israel. Malik will be doing some analysis and explanation on why on some trending topics, especially on the headlines. So the first to review this morning will be on the Punch newspaper, and this morning will have subsidy, federal government borrowing to import fuel, State Minister of Finance. Federal government borrowing to import fuels. 1 billion naira spent to recover territories seized by terrorists. That is by the president yesterday. After over 500,000 security personnel to mount polling booths. Over 500,000 security personnel to mount polling booths. Police presence at Amefile Abuja home stir controversies. CBN governors expect to appear in court today over 33 million judgment debt. Police denied arrest move. DSS says deputy governors not squeeze. That's controversy coming from the return of the CBN governor. New VC promised to make Unilag Solution Center. National Assembly to okay 22.7 trillion debt restructuring Tuesday. Slam lawyers buried cleric consult family. That was yesterday. That the lawyer that was mother lawyers in Lagos was buried. 13 billion drugs military hardware seized at Lagos airport. 13 million drug military hardware seized at Lagos airport. Quickly, let's look at these special topics.
Well, let's start from the aspect of the disclosure by President Muhammadu Buhari that $1 billion was spent to recover Nigerian territory from. I believe he's referring to Boko Haram, because it's only Boko Haram now that have fully come.
No, we have Boko Haram, we have bandit, we have.
But bandit that did not annex any part of Nigeria. So it's only Boko Haram that tried to create an Islamic Emirate with their flag and everything, to a kind of government to seed and divide Nigeria and say, okay, this is our own. So he said $1 billion was spent. So one thing about defense spending, there's no auditing. So whatever figure that is being banded out, we should just take it like that. But the fact is that no amount of money is too great for security. Any amount, it's provided you can secure the lives of citizens, that is it. Well, kudos to President Muhammadu Buhari, because by the time they came to power in 2015, about 14 local governments were under the control of the Boko Haram terrorists. But today, I think we could say that Boko Haram has been decimated or been pushed to a particular part of Borno, which is the Sambisa forest. Even within the Sambisa forest, what we're hearing is that they are no more strong, that they can put up a kind of attack on the military, and we have seen that. So, moving away from that, come over to the aspect of the Minister of Finance. She said Nigeria is borrowing to import fuel. It's a lot of problem in that aspect of subsidy. The only thing that we government is here to do now is to have that political will to say, okay, look, we are removing this subsidy, because we already know that this subsidy, it's a headache on us. It's a headache on Nigerians. It's a headache on the government itself. Because at the time that the government is dealing with dwindling revenue, then they are borrowing to import fuel. It doesn't all go well for us. Every Nigerians here and there were shouting that the government is borrowing. Government is borrowing, that our debt has piled up and is becoming too heavy on us. But government is now saying that, look, we are borrowing to bring in the fuel. So the whole thing, it requires a kind of a town hall meeting whereby sensitization will be carried out by the government. They should be able to tell Nigerians to say, look, this is the amount of product that Nigerians consume on a daily basis, and this is how much they are spending on the subsidy. And if we are going to remove the subsidy, to say, okay, as long as they remove the subsidy and decide to say they let the market forces determine the price of fuel that we are going to consume, Nigerians will be paying much more higher. That is the problem. If they should leave it to the market forces, at the end of the day, you now discover that Nigerians should be ready to cough out between 400 naira to 500 naira per litre of fuel. That is the situation here. Well, the other part that talk about, I think INEC or something like that. Well, it's INEC has been saying that, look, they are up to the task and insecurity will not deter them from conducting the election. That is it. So we should give them that credit for assuring Nigerians that, look, they are going to conduct a free and fair election, that insecurity will not mar the election.
All right, so our next newspaper to review will be on the Vanguard newspaper. On Vanguard newspaper, we have Atiku Dogara will be attack APC send faith ticket afresh. Yeah. That happened yesterday during their campaign yesterday. So the both parties are attacking each other. Yeah, sorry, we're attacking each other, and we also have Abuja Hospital give mass burial to unclaimed corpse. Federal government rights security agencies to recognize Kano. Okay. Then we're also going to look at, let's also look at the Nation newspaper quickly before we go into our live coverage. Don't forget to join us on this program. We are bringing you live coverage from different campaigns, especially governorship campaigns today. Especially we're going to start from River State and we'll proceed to other states as well. So we're going to join us on live every day to view our campaign from different states. When you log in and just follow us on this channel on our Spheric TV. Next also review will be on the Nation newspaper. Nation newspaper, we have article plan sales of nations has said to allies, says Tinubu. That was, he said that in the campaign yesterday. INEC won't surrender to security threat to conduct mock accreditation, Yakubu. So INEC plan to conduct mock accreditation. People are worried. So the mock accreditation, will it be used with beavers? It will be beavers. Yeah,
that is what they are saying.
In all the units.
Yeah, they're like trying to say, okay,
how are you sure it?
Test run their machines, the beavers machine, to say that ahead, to see where they are having problem, so that they can troubleshoot it ahead of the D-Day, because they can't afford to take those machines. Remember, they are sensitive machines. So they are high precision machines.
Some of them may not be able to work on that spot.
That is what they are trying to do now. They are trying to like test run ahead, conduct a mock.
So what Nigerians, what is trending online is, look, these guys will install numbers on the beavers already.
Well, it's
for a particular candidate.
It's not left for the political parties, because
who monitors that?
At every polling unit, there are agents of the political parties. All the major parties, they have been. It's part of their constitutional right that their agent must be there. So before you, it's just like when you are holding your phone now. If your phone have any figure, you have the right to question the person that is operating it. Say, look, revert back to the factory setting, whereby everything will become fresh. So before you start, so political parties, they should be able to like conduct that sensitization and lecturing of their agent ahead of the D-Day. Otherwise, anything that happens, INEC will do their own.
No, but the complaint is that Nigerians are so worried about they are worried. They are complaining that a particular party might influence the whole process. Getting access, knowing the number of persons in a particular unit, then try to claim that number.
Well,
and beavers may not be able to know. You are supposed to wipe.
Yeah.
According to them. So because this process will have a back end database.
Well, the good thing about the beavers is that it's online transmission of result instantly, because as it captured it immediately, it's been transmitted, and all the data have been transmitted to their database immediately. Unlike what transpired in 2019. In the aspect of the beavers, whether a particular figure will be entered, and no, I don't think that, although politicians can go to that extent to like doctor it, but I believe that the political parties is incumbent on them to educate their agent, except if their agent decide to compromise, to say, okay, what transpired in a particular unit, they are being paid to like keep quiet. Otherwise, if you discover that a beavers machine that's supposed to accredit and start from 001, or let's say everything is 00, then you now discover that the particular machine is now reading 000. You understand that 100 or less already 100 entry has been entered. Who, at what point did this 100 entry entered? So that is the question that they need to answer. So it's not left for the individual political parties to make sure that they educate and sensitize their agents at every polling unit thoroughly to say, okay, this machine, this is how it is. It is their right to know. INEC must be transparent regarding the beavers machine, to show them to every political party, to say this is the machine, this is how it's being entered, and this is how the accreditation is going to take place, and this is how the voting pattern, if the voting is conducted, and the counting, this is how it will be entered, and this is the transmission. All this, I believe that INEC has been doing this sensitization long ago. It's not left for the party now to make sure that their agents sit up and open their eyes and be vigilant to know what is happening.
Okay, so I just want to appeal to every one of you that are joining us to join us on our next program. We are going to have Architect Tonyoku. Architect Tonyoku is the governorship candidate of APC in River State, governorship candidate of APC in River State, and we're going to have Dr. also BC. He is senatorial candidate of All Progressive Congress in Southeast Senatorial candidate of APC in candidate. The campaign is ongoing, and we're going to bring a live broadcast from that campaign. Please stay back and watch, and join us in the next program. Thank you.